This is a video on how to start and customize a Windows 2008 AWS Amazon image. Currently, Amazon offers two different types of images: S3 Simple Storage Services and AWS Elastic Block Storage. The main difference between each type of instance is that for S3 instances, the whole image has to be copied from the S3 storage to the allocated hardware. And for the AWS image, the image is simply linked to the allocated hardware using the back-end storage mechanism. So now we'll select an AWS image and start it. First we go into Elastic Fox. As you can see, we're using Elastic Fox version 1.7, build 113. This uses the EC2 API released on the 30th of November 2009. So now what we'll do is we will filter the list of images to show Amazon AMIs with EBS root devices. As you can see, there's a number of instances available: Windows 2008, Windows 2003 R2, and some Fedora core. What we're interested in is a Windows 2008 64-bit face multi-language image. In order to start this image, we simply right-click and select Launch Instances of this AMI. We now have a subsequent dialog which has a number of instance parameters that require to be set. The first one being instance type. If we click the drop down, we can see there's a number of instance types available to us. These only differ in the amount of processor and RAM that we require that are set. For this, we'll select a large instance which has two dual-core 2.6 GHz Xeon processors and 7.5 GB of RAM. We will start simply one instance. The key pair is important because that is what is used to generate the administrator password on a Windows system and also the SSH key on a Linux box. The availability zone is important because it defines where the resources are in relation to the instance. So for example, if we store our instance in EU West 1B, that means that it will have access to Elastic IP addresses and disk subsystems that are located in EU West 1B. You can't mix and match availability zones. If an instance is in EU West 1B, it cannot access this subsystem in EU West 1A. So now that we've set our parameters, all we need to do is click Launch. This will bring us into the Instances tab, whereas you can see our instance currently has a state of pending. What's happening at the moment is that the public AMI is going through a sysprep and the allocated hardware is being linked to the default image. This will take about 10 minutes to start, and we will come back to this in part 2 where we will customize and store the AMI.